Hello and welcome back to your favorite Novi podcast, Now You Novi. Welcome, Miss Mary Ledermann, back to, have you been on the pod?
I was on the couch. Is that different?
It's so funny. Everyone says I was on the couch. It's like, it makes it sound so like, no, that would have been Update Novi, I think.
Okay.
We probably shot for Light the Lights.
It was last.
Talking with the mayor about Update Novi. So you have not been on Now You Novi.
No, I haven't. Now I know I haven't, and now I am.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
You know what? It's so fun when we get to have you on because that means there's amazing entertainment and like lively things to do in Novi because you're always planning something at your center.
We are. We're trying to bring people in. We have so many great things there that it's kind of like we built it. Now we need them to come and see it.
Right.
So by having all these great events, people, the community, even outside the surrounding areas will come and see what we have. And while they're there having great experiences at our events, they're also seeing all our businesses that we have there.
Sure. And we're talking around it, and I don't know if people know where there is, but we're talking about 12 Mile Crossing at Fountain Walk.
Yes. Often mistaken for something else.
Yeah. So for those of you that aren't aware with this of this lovely voice, Mary Ledermann is the, what is your title these days?
I call myself the community engagement manager.
Okay.
So I basically do the marketing and events for the complex.
And help manage the property.
And manage the property, yes. Yeah. So jack of all trades.
Yeah. You're the go-to for 12 Mile Crossing at Fountain Walk here in Novi. So those that may be going, well, what is 12 Mile Crossing at Fountain Walk? I'll give them, imagine Dick's Sporting Goods, like Buddy's Pizza. That's your
Floor
center.
And decor.
Yeah, floor and decor. That's your center.
Right. Those are the ones that people know. And then a lot of times people will say, where is that? And then as soon as I mention those businesses, they're like, oh, yeah, I've been there.
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up this summer? What do we got going on?
We've had we're going to have a busy June. We just got done with the Barbecue Fest.
Okay.
We have Cars and Coffee, which is in front of Ford's Garage, the first Saturday of the month. We have an art fair, which we've never had before, coming up on June 22nd through the 24th. On June 29th, we have an author event coming up where we're bringing in about 50 different authors. You can come and talk to them, learn about their craft, do some activities.
Okay.
But the biggest thing we have coming is Street Sounds.
Street Sounds. Is this the third year?
Third year.
Third year. And, I think... So then you've been there almost 3 years. You've been there 3 years.
It will be 3 years this summer. Yeah.
So I think it was so amazing 3 years ago that you actually approached the city and said, hey, how can we partner? We want to bring music down here. And the city had been doing once a month, I think Friday nights or Thursday nights at a park. And I'm not going to say it wasn't getting traction or the legs. It needed a different space. And you're like, how can we bring that here? And you're like, do you want to partner? And I'm like, yeah, I want to partner. Of course I want to partner. And it has grown exponentially and become the place to be in Novi on Tuesday nights, right? Is it Tuesday still?
It's still Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay, 6 to 8 p.m. And the city brings down the mobile stage, and you have really grown it into, David and I came a couple times last year, and there were a couple hundred, maybe 300 people.
When we had Mega 80s, we had almost 600 people.
Wow.
Yes. So it's, when we first did it, it was kind of like, will they come? So we only had 5 bands and the first year, and people did come. And then the next year we increased it to 8 bands and more people came. So I think just word of mouth, I start seeing the same people over and over again. I'm getting to know people by name.
Well, this will be the 3rd episode. We keep talking about one of our favorite words, and it's free.
Yes, absolutely. It's free.
It's free. And you've got a great lineup of bands practically every Tuesday from 6 to 8. And I think one of the unique things about 12 Mile Crossing at Fountain Walk is that you were one of the very first things you wanted to get done was create a social district.
Yes.
So, which means people can go into a restaurant, grab a beverage of their choice, and hang out and watch the bands, right?
Absolutely. Yes. So that was really important to us, is that people they had other things that they could do. They could come, they could get food, they could get a drink and just relax. And it's funny that you mentioned the free, because I've been following a lot of these bands on social media, and they are playing at some big venues where they're charging tickets prices
To get in.
because
Okay.
they're really well-known bands, but we're saying, hey, it's free, come out. You
It's
don't
free.
have to pay a ticket price.
Well, we'd love it if they supported the businesses, the establishments, by buying a hamburger or
Right.
taco or something, and a cocktail, or not, or a soda. Let's talk about the lineup. It starts on Tuesday, June 17th.
Yeah, which is next Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, so we brought back some of the bands that we've had previously because they've been really popular. People love them. So they're classics like Killer Flamingos, Mega 80s, 50 Amp Fuse. They're the ones that people know. But we incorporated a few new ones this year. We have Space Cats, which plays everything from like Motown to R&B to pop, rock. So they have a big, diverse variety of music. We have new this time. We have a Leaky Tiki Jimmy Buffett tribute band.
What did you call that?
It's
Leaky
called
Tiki?
Leaky Tiki's.
Leaky Tiki.
Yeah, it's a Jimmy Buffett tribute band. So that
Okay.
would be really fun.
Okay.
We have a mobile dueling piano coming.
They're always fun.
They will be really fun because they'll take requests from the audience
Okay.
and they'll, play and try to compete, and just they're really interactive, get the audience going. And because they include the audience by taking requests, so that will be fun. Your Generation in concert. So it's funny because my daughter always comes with her boyfriend, and they're in their early 20s, and they come to support it, but they don't always recognize all the music.
What?
Yes, they don't, because they're of a different generation. I mean, they
know.
recognize
I
it,
get
but
it.
it's not their music. So I wanted to bring in a band that would play things like Taylor Swift and Sheryl Crow, and maybe music that they might know more. So Your Generation in concert, it's not geared towards any particular age group, but they play a big variety.
Oh, very
of music.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lineup is great, and it looks like you maybe almost every Tuesday, right?
Every Tuesday except the 4th of July week. I just
Okay.
figure people have plans or
Sure.
out of town.
Sure. Where can people find the schedule? 12 Mile Crossing,
.com.
12milecrossing.com, all spelled out.
All spelled out. And our Facebook the same way. They can go to
Okay.
Facebook. We have the events posted. We boost the events so, they can see it as an ad.
I would guess that this doesn't happen without some amazing sponsors and partners. Do you want to give a shout out to those?
Absolutely. We have had amazing support from the community, both some businesses at Fountain Walk and even outside of Fountain Walk. And we could not do that. You know that. We couldn't do that without them because these bands are
we
not
know.
cheap.
Uh-huh.
They're expensive bands. So we have some ones that have been sponsoring all along. Escape Room, which is at Fountain Walk. We have Saigon Faux, which is at Fountain Walk. Centermark, which actually does a lot of our roofing at Fountain
Okay.
Walk. So they have been sponsors all along. Diversified, Members Credit Union. They've been a sponsor all along. But new this time, we have Cadillac and Novi. They were
Wonderful.
very excited. They're going to bring a car out, and they're very excited to
Sure.
be a part of this. And then Life and Legacy Wealth Advisors are a part of Ameriprise. They're a new sponsor this time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited. They've been talking about it for a couple years, wanting to get involved, but the timing wasn't right. And then this year they were like, we want to do it.
Oh, that's great. The city we love partnering on this with y'all. And it's one of those things just to get residents. You mentioned different generations. You see our generation and older
Right.
dancing to a lot of the music. And then you see families with young kids that are out there, toddlers. And it brings such joy to see the intergenerational fun that y'all have provided. One thing that I'm going to say, like, it's kind of like one of those things I love but hate is there was always this big site obstruction from the center of the
Yes.
plaza, which I loved. It was near and dear to my heart, but you removed it.
We did. We took the tree down.
Took the tree down.
We didn't. I must say we relocated
Removed.
it.
You're
We
right. You
relocated it.
the tree.
Yeah, so it's still on property, and it's saved, and it's doing well, but
That's good.
we had to move the tree. So we did come in, and the center needed updating, and it was, there was a lot of bricks, and they were getting broken, and it just needed a new look. So we wanted to make it safer for drivers, as well as bring in more entertainment space.
Okay.
So I will say for the first couple concerts, we're kind of a work in progress. We're
That's okay.
still under construction, so there'll be cones out, but the stage will still be there. It will still be in the center, and people will have unobstructed views now,
Right.
which is new.
And you guys are so great because you've got games, you've got cornhole and things for families to do, not just come out and sit and watch a band. There's opportunities for some active engagement and fun games to play, right?
Right, absolutely. We have cornhole, we have Connect Four, we have Jenga. So it's been great because it isn't just adults coming out. People are bringing their kids with them. They're getting food. They're playing games. Dogs are coming out. I've seen the same dog almost at every single concert named Ava that comes out to every concert.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's been really fun to see the community come together for something like this and have something to look forward to.
That's great. Well, thank you guys for hosting. Anything you want to say in parting before we sign off on this episode?
Just come out. Remember the word free.
Free. Remember
Come
the
out.
word free.
Great bands. You'll love it. The music is amazing, and it's just a lot of fun.
That's great. Thank you all. Thank you guys.
Thank you for partnering with us on this, because we couldn't do it without you guys.
Well, I appreciate that, and we love partnering with y'all, and we're gonna have to come up with something even bigger and better for the tree lighting.
Yeah, we're working on that.
I know. We'll chat about that on another episode, right?
Yep.
So
we will.
And that event keeps getting bigger and bigger too. So you guys are doing some great things. I think you've become known as a center. Novi, it's one of those, you love to hate it, or I don't want to say it's cursed, but we don't have that traditional downtown community gathering space.
Right.
And y'all have helped to augment that and help us create the opportunities for those things. So,
Right. And one of the things we brought back too, I don't know if you recall, way back when there used to be trees down the center road.
yeah.
The trees are back. They're beautiful. They're some kind of lilac trees. So they're green right now, but in the spring they'll have beautiful white flowers. So it gives it more of a downtown walking
Oh,
feel.
that's awesome.
So that will help a lot too.
Are you bringing back a fountain too? 12-mile crossing at Fountain Walk?
No, we are not. We've
No
had problems
fountain?
with the fountain. It's so windy there,
I
that water blows
know.
around. And as I say to people, Partridge Creek doesn't have a partridge or a creek.
There you go.
So,
That's true. But
we
you know
don't
what?
have
That's a great comparison because their concerts are so successful. And this is exactly what y'all have, almost replicated here in Novi. So it's great. And I think yours are bigger than theirs.
I
Your
think so.
turnout.
We have a good, that center is like a good space for that.
Yeah.
It has a lot of arms where people can kind of spread out.
Yeah.
And so it's just a perfect spot for doing entertainment. We want to be the entertainment destination.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you again for your partnership.
Sure.
Wishing you sunny skies, sunny Tuesday nights.
Oh, yeah, I do have to say, that reminds me, if it rains, the concerts will still go on. So
Okay.
the Hub Stadium has a second floor. They call it the Hub Club. It's a big music lounge. So if it rains, we just move everything upstairs. So rain or shine, the concerts will go on.
That's awesome. So you just move inside.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks, but I do wish you all sunny Tuesday nights.
I do too.
Sunny in like 75 or 80.
Well, I will say, of 2 years now doing concerts, the only time we've had to move indoors was the very first.
Oh, was it the one I canceled?
Well, no, the one we moved indoors was the very first one that we had with Killer Flamingos 2 years ago. That one was unusual that it was actually canceled.
Yeah. So we just was postponed.
Or postponed, that's right, because of the flooding of the
Yes,
road
yeah.
potential.
So thanks again.
Thank you.
And there you have it. Some more fun, some more summer fun. Tuesday nights at 12 Mile Crossing at Fountain Walk, 6 to 8, beginning the 17th of June.
Right, and bring your own chair. We don't
Bring your
have
own
chairs
chair.
for people, so bring your own chair.
Perfect. There you have it. Now you, Novi. Take care.